Hey guys, Jared here again with another ROM video for you. Actually for your Samsung Galaxy S3 I9300. And the name of the ROM is called Liquid Smooth Jelly Bean Edition, and it's really awesome. It's a CyanogenMod AOSP base ROM. Fantastic stuff. Obviously, it's Jelly Bean. It's not an ice cream sandwich ROM with a bunch of Jelly Bean overlays on top of it, which is really nice to see. The launcher itself, I'm believed to be Nova Launcher, but modified, I guess. I really don't think that it's actually the stock Android launcher. And you'll notice why, because I can actually remove the quote-unquote dedicated search bar, but it's still got that Jelly Bean functionality, where as you can see here, it's actually moving around the widgets for me, so that I can place it wherever I want. And of course, we'll go to the home screen, and you'll notice that we can actually drop icons onto other icons to create those nice, easy folders, which is always great. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's stock Android launcher. Nevertheless, it's fantastic here. AOSP ROM, really, really great. You guys know that I love simplicity. I recently reviewed Super Nexus, and that's an AOSP-based ROM. However, it was lacking some customizability or customization options, I guess you could say. And I don't want too many customizations, but I want just the right amount. And I'm going to tell you that this is definitely the perfect balance, in my opinion, between customization and, simplicity. So we'll go down here to About Phone, jump in there. You'll notice Android 4.1.1. Like I mentioned, it is AOSP/CyanogenMod 10 based. It's running the CyanogenMod 10 kernel with the Pegasus governor, which is nice to see. I will mention, though, that I've noticed a couple of bugs on it. One of which I think is, I asked it in the thread, nobody responded to me, so I'm going to go out on a limb here and assume that it is sort of specific to my device. I don't know if it was just a bad flash or not. Regardless, even if it was a bad flash, it's still a really rock-solid ROM, nevertheless. In fact, actually, before I started the video, I found another bug where it actually re-rendered the screen and then removed my live wallpaper, which was really strange. So I actually wanted to add it back before we started the video, so you got some eye candy. But the other bug that I've noticed, the main bug, is that when I actually have GPS enabled, say for instance I'm using Google Navigation, the little GPS symbol up there, whether or not I'm actually in the application or it's even using GPS, the little GPS icon top left-hand corner stays there and tends to actually blink for some reason. And then other times it'll just disappear all on its own. I don't really know what's causing that. I tried wiping cache, I tried fixing permissions, everything short of reflashing the ROM. But I really didn't feel like reflashing the ROM because it seemed to be working just fine for me. This is not the finished product. This is just the 2.0 beta. They're actually coming out with a release candidate very, very soon, apparently. So that's going to address a whole bunch of other things. There really isn't very many bugs with this. But so let's go ahead and jump in the ROM. I've been talking too long. I want to show you guys some of the features. So let's go ahead and first of all, first thing you'll notice is, yeah, even though it's AOSP, we've got our toggles. And you guys know how I love my toggles in my notification drawer there. Fantastic stuff there. I did remove, as you can see there, I removed a particular button. And it's kind of interesting because it leaves a blank space there, which I'm not a huge fan of. Now it just doesn't look even. I don't really know, again, if that's caused by a bad flash or if that's just the ROM itself. Or perhaps maybe that's just something that they're aware of and they're going to be fixing in the release candidate version that they'll be coming out with. Nevertheless, I like seeing that they do have toggles there. Always very, very, very convenient. Unfortunately, we don't have a transparent pull-down bar, but it does have that Jelly Bean animation where it kind of dims the background there as you pull it down. So we'll go ahead and jump into the settings menu here. And there's a bunch of standard stuff and then a bunch of customizable stuff. So going to more here, as you can see, nothing really new there. We'll go ahead and jump down to sound here. So that's something different that I found here in sound is that we do have the volume rocker music control option there. So that's something that you can check. And you'll be able to control the music from the lock screen with your volume rockers. Going into display here and all the way to the bottom here, you'll notice that it says volume rocker wake. So I love that modification, using your volume keys to wake the device as opposed to having to hit the home button or power button to wake the screen up. That's definitely nice to see some more options to turn the display on. But then this is where all the really fun stuff happens. Bird's nest here. So we'll jump into Bird's Nest. Now you can click on About Team Liquid and kind of learn a little bit more about the dev team there. But then we'll go down to like something like interface, and of course now we're starting to get into some more sort of CyanogenMod esque, I guess you could say, type modifications and customizations here. So as you can see here, battery, and you'll notice that I actually have a circle battery mod. If I was to zoom in there, you can see I've got the circle battery mod up at the top right hand corner there. And, we can change the style around, all these different styles, icon, text, all that good stuff. You can even hide it if you want to, and I like that you can hide the battery icon, because maybe some of you out there prefer to have, download an application like Team Battery Bar from Google Play Store, and, and you want to have that up there as opposed to just having the little indicator in the right hand corner. You can choose the battery location, the charge animation. For some reason it says bad things could happen. I think that's strange, but nevertheless, you can also choose the battery color. I'm assuming that's the text color, as well as the battery size. We'll go ahead and back out of there. You can muck around with the clock as well, as you can see. Jumping into hardware there. So hardware being our, I'm guessing our hardware keys, enable custom actions, so you can do all kinds of stuff with the home key, menu key, things like that. So that's nice to see some more customization options for the hardware key, buttons. And navigation. So you can enable navbar down at the bottom. Oh shoot, I'll reboot later. So I'm going to disable that. Yeah, I'll disable that. So you can have the nav bar down at the bottom, just like AOSP Android, and menu location. You can change around a bunch of stuff in here. As you can see, button transparency, you can even change that around. Bunch of different options in here for that. And what else we got here? So we got notification, the power widgets. This is where you'll be able to add or remove certain buttons, certain toggles, things like that. Wallpapers. I'm not really sure why that's located in the customizations menu, but it's there anyways. So that's where it is if you're wondering. Font size. We've got small, normal, large, and huge. See what huge is like. Oh, that's not too huge. Nevertheless, I prefer normal. Power menu screenshot. So of course you can, long press on your power button, and we've got our screenshot option right there. And we'll back out of there. And what else we got? We got the lock screen. So there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Battery status, things like that, weather, calendar. You can add all these things to the lock screen. Jumping down to performance, this does have its own performance section here, so you can change around the governor, you can change around the overclock, underclock, all that good stuff, surface improvement, bunch of different things in there. Prop modder, so this is where a lot of people are going to have a lot of fun. This has got its own little build.prop modder, and you've got all kinds of stuff in here to see. I've tried to muck around in here a bit, but again, like I mentioned before, I think because it has, I did a bad flash perhaps. Whenever I try to do any build.prop mods, it says build.prop has crashed or is not working or something like that. So that was a bit unfortunate to see, but nevertheless, everybody else is reporting it's working fine. So again, I'm going to go back to it's just a bad flash on my specific device. Now this is interesting. Do you know what is in your build.prop? We should look, because knowing is half the battle, which I thought was pretty funny, but it'll explain things too a little bit better. But you can do things like change the Wi-Fi scan interval, LCD density, the Windows Manager, so the max amount of events running in the background, telephone ringer delay, which is really neat, the amount of time from when the system registers an incoming phone call until the ringer actually starts. That's interesting there. Bunch of different stuff here, guys. Definitely come in here and have a look. GPU acceleration hacks, 3G speed hacks. Awesome stuff here. SD card speed hack. And then, of course, we've got the dynamic change log, which is basically lets you know of, all the different changes and things like that they've done recently. It's up to date and live, which is something that they did point out on their thread. And then, of course, we've got goo.im support, and you can open into recovery. Now, going on from there, we've got our launcher. So, of course, you can muck around with some of the launcher settings in here, home screen, all that good stuff, right? Of course, we've got themes because it is a CyanogenMod-based ROM. We've got themes, so if you have any themes out there that you want to download, go ahead and apply them. So we'll go ahead and back out of there now. And what else was there that I wanted to show you? Yes, at Advanced. So Advanced is like a lot of other custom AOSP ROMs out there. We've got our Galaxy S3 settings, so you can muck around with the radio, the screen, and your haptic feedback. And that's pretty much it for all the other good stuff. Basically, the ROM has been very smooth. It's been a real pleasure to play with. Little to no lag. Like say, for instance, coming from the application drawer, going back to the home screen by pressing the home screen button, as you can see, super quick there. Jumping in here, I mean, you know, just very smooth ROM. Nice transitions, the Jelly Bean transitions. One thing I did notice, however, is that like a lot of other ROMs out there for the Samsung Galaxy S3, it's got a bit of a wake up lag, and I could just be nitpicking. I know I nitpick a lot, but I'll demonstrate it here. So I'm pressing the button. You'll notice my thumb. Okay, that one, it didn't happen that time, so we'll give it a little more here. And there's that 1 second stutter. It's almost as if, I don't know, the phone goes into shutdown or sleep mode right away, obviously, which is what it's supposed to do, but it doesn't like to wake back up. And it doesn't happen all the time. I mean, as you can see there, I just did it there and it was really quick, which is what I want to see, right? Just like that. But then again, there are those odd times like you saw, like right now, and there's that 1 second pause where, you know, generally you pull out of your pocket, you know, you want the screen to pop up right away so you can unlock it. And I've noticed that with several other custom ROMs out there for the Samsung Galaxy S3. So it's not just this ROM specifically or anything like that. Anyways, guys, really great ROM, man. I mean, you guys should definitely check it out. I'd really recommend it to you guys. All kinds of customization options. It's really, in my opinion, the perfect balance between customization and vanilla stock Android. Very uncomplicated, very simplistic, smooth, fast, wicked battery performance. Definitely get easily a day and a half out of it, depending on what you're doing. And yeah, that's basically it, guys. So like I said, I'll be putting a link in the description below. Head on over there, click that thanks button to those guys for creating such an awesome ROM. If you do end up enjoying the ROM, make sure that you pay attention to the thread so that you can download the release candidate when it does come out, because that's definitely going to be much better over and above what this already is. So I don't know how they're going to be able to do that, but they're going to, so stay tuned for that one. All right, so now that brings me to my question. I've got a question for all of you guys. When the official Jelly Bean ROM or update comes out from Samsung to your device, will you be rocking the new stock Jelly Bean ROM, or will you be continuing to use custom ROMs? Let me know. I'd be interested to know that, because I know that before I flashed custom ROMs on the device, I actually kind of liked the stock ROM. I thought it was really functional and useful. A lot of the features there were pretty great. And then I kind of went and got back into custom ROMs again, and I've been having a ton of fun. But man, I got to tell you, I'm really tempted to, be playing with the stock Jelly Bean update ROM when it does come out. Anyways, guys, that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching, as always. If you liked the video, show me some love by hitting that likes button down below to the left-hand corner. You might want to leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of the ROM, if you do have any experience with it. Maybe answer that question I asked you guys. What's your, what's your plan on the new Samsung Jelly Bean ROM that's coming out? And that's basically it, guys. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Anyways, thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.